It was a cold, rainy Monday morning when Daniel made a choice that would haunt him for the rest of his life. Standing at the front door of their small, broken home, a dusty suitcase in his hand, Daniel's eyes were cold and heartless. His wife, Ada, barefoot and trembling, clutched her wrapper tightly as fat tears streamed down her cheeks. "Where are you going, Daniel?" she whispered, voice shaking. Behind the faded curtain, their two children, little Chidi and Amoka, peeked out with wide, terrified eyes. Daniel sighed deeply, as if he were carrying a heavy burden he was desperate to throw off. "I'm leaving," he said harshly. "I found someone else. She's richer. She understands me. I'm tired of suffering in this miserable house." And without another word, he turned his back on them and walked away, ignoring Ada's desperate cries and his children's screams. But the pain had only just begun. Days turned into weeks, and the people of the village would come whispering into Ada's ears. They spoke of how Daniel was often seen at the town's finest places, laughing, eating, and dancing with his new mistress, wearing fine clothes and spending money like a king. Every word was another dagger to Ada's heart. She would return home, wipe her tears quickly, and try to smile for her children, even though inside, she was dying. There were days when there was no food in the house. Days when little Chidi and Amoka went to bed with empty stomachs, their cries echoing into the night. Ada, determined to keep them alive, started frying akara under the hot, merciless sun, morning, afternoon, and night, just so the children could eat and go to school. Some days, she would go from house to house, scrubbing floors and washing clothes for the wealthy, her hands raw and blistered, her body aching. There were countless nights when Ada herself went hungry, pretending she had eaten, just so her children could have one more spoonful of rice. Through it all, Chidi, even at only 7 years old, would wipe his mother's tears and whisper, "Mommy, I promise, one day, I'll be rich, and you'll never cry again." 18 long, painful years later, life taught Daniel a lesson he could never forget. The woman he abandoned his family for. She left him. Took everything, his money, his pride, his joy, and disappeared, leaving him broke and broken. With no place to go, Daniel found himself standing once again at the same door he once slammed behind him. Only this time, he wasn't the man he once was, he was older, weaker, defeated. He knocked gently. The door opened. And there stood Ada. Older now, but still strong, her eyes wide with shock. "Daniel," she breathed. Behind her stood Chidi, no longer the small boy who cried at night. He was a tall, confident man now, dressed in a sharp, expensive suit. His face was calm but cold, his eyes sharp like knives. "What do you want?" Chidi asked, his voice flat. Daniel swallowed hard, his lips trembling. "I'm sorry. I lost everything. I want to make things right. Please, forgive me." Chidi pulled out a piece of paper. "This house," he said, holding up the document. "I bought it. For my mother. You don't belong here." Daniel's mouth fell open in shock. "But I'm your father," he cried. Chidi didn't even blink. A real father doesn't leave his family to starve while he dances with another woman. A real father doesn't disappear for 18 years and only come back because he has nothing left. Daniel fell to his knees on the dusty ground, tears streaming down his face. "Please. I have nothing," he sobbed. Ada stood silently behind her son, her heart heavy. She remembered the nights she sat by a dim candle, sewing torn clothes, frying akara till her fingers blistered, scrubbing floors while her stomach growled from hunger, all just to keep her children alive. Chidi turned to her and said, voice gentle but firm, "Mom, this house is your peace. I built it so you would never have to cry again. I can't let the man who caused you so much pain come back like nothing happened." Ada covered her face and wept quietly, her heart breaking all over again. Outside, Daniel realized what true regret tasted like, bitter, heavy, and endless. Chidi closed the door firmly. Daniel sat outside, alone under the cold streetlight, hugging the same dusty bag he once left with. But this time, it was heavier. He didn't just carry clothes, he carried 18 years of regret. He came looking for forgiveness, but found a son who turned his pain into power. Do you think Chidi did the right thing? Or should he have given his father another chance? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful real-life stories. Please like and subscribe.